Great. So, hello everyone, and thank you for being here. Thank you for having us. In the next 15 minutes, you will encounter the fascinating world of TikTok, where it is possible to practice memory work through reenacting Holocaust memories in hashtag POV challenges, a process we will of course further elaborate on. But before that, a brief introduction to this stimulating new social media platform. So TikTok is a tale of two apps, Douyin in China and Musical.ly in the States, both short-form video platforms under Chinese control. TikTok was launched as an attempt of the Chinese to become dominant in international markets. They targeted Musical.ly, being the market-leading short-form video platforms in the USA, and rebranded it to what we know today as TikTok. And why Douyin and TikTok are so popular? Well, this is mainly because of the platform's unique infrastructure, composing what describes as a virtual playground. What started as a platform that offers users to post videos of themselves while lip-syncing songs grew very fast into the creative canvas of self-made short looping videos presenting dance routines, science, comedy, fantasy, visual memes, and you name it. So while detouring market giants like Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram, TikTok attracted millions of users at a dazzling pace. And those numbers, unsurprisingly, were skyrocketing during the coronavirus pandemic. So being hijacked by Zoomers, which are the Gen Z users, more of this age group was joining TikTok, leaving the millennials on other user-generated video platforms, such as Instagram and YouTube. The result turns this virtual playground into a generational habitat for Zoomers, highly corresponding with their dominant characteristics. Being recognized as the true online generation, the first true online generation that mediates life through a mobile screen, Zoomers have a strong tendency for expressiveness, desire to create, high level of social awareness, and all of those tied with their short span attention. So TikTok designers match the app infrastructure to those habits, encouraging TikTokers to incorporate music samples, split screens, filters, quick cuts, speed controls, GIFs, virtual effects, live stream, augmented reality, and an endless list of features helping you to be the most creative you can be, according to TikTok's vision. So all of those creations are draining into TikTok's favorite spot, which is the For You page. Once you open the app, it functions as the landing place, personalized according to the user's preferences. TikTokers are scrolling through the Explorer section every day as it encourages the users to actively seek out, participate, and engage with momentary viral content in order to remain visible to others. Being attentive to the Explorer will credit the user with the golden ticket for the For You page. So creators can embed themselves on the For You page with the help of digital connectors, such as conceptual hashtags or searchable keywords, creative filters, popular audio memes, and narrative memes, which are popular as part of a current trend. So this page is what really distinguishes TikTok from other platforms, as it provides two crucial insights that contradict familiar social media logics. One, you do not need friends online to become a star on TikTok. Just feed the algorithm with your engaging creative content, and the exposure will come along. And two, TikTokers are pushing aside old habits of highly curated, Instagrammable aesthetics, giving rise to the Generation Z everydayness narrative, as they invite us to their bedrooms, allowing us to pick on their minute-by-minute authentic fragments of life. So it is no surprise that the TikTokers that we interviewed emphasize the engaging potential of the platform for instant reflections, saying that you can really do a lot out of very little on TikTok.
One of the most popular trends circulating widely on the For You page is the hashtag POV challenge. Originating from the app's playful character that encourages imitating and improving performances of other users, those videos demonstrate an interesting maturation of TikTokers in response to the platform's unique affordances, which we just described. Performing for others the particular perspective of victims of violent incidents, the hashtag POV challenge offers engaging ways to witness experiences of those that would usually be absent from the app's virtual playground. So the first POV video here, for instance, raises awareness for domestic violence, mainly by contrasting the love song lyrics, which we hear here, with revealing insignia of physical violence. So let's see it.
Oh, he treats me with respect. He says he loves me all the time. He calls me 15 times a day. He likes to make sure that I'm fine. You know, I've never met a man who's made me feel quite so secure. He's not like all them other boys. They're all so dumb.
The second video refers to the terror attacks from September 11, 2001. Showcasing, as you will see, elaborate makeup efforts, the video offers a way for interacting with the formative event of our present that nevertheless for the members of Generation Z is not anymore part of their biographical experience. The third video uses the hashtag POV challenge as a vehicle for dealing with the collective fear of school shootings, of course a topic which really bothers this generation, mainly by confronting the intimate selfie view of the TikTok creator with the disturbing and frightening shouting atmosphere sound in the background. Such forms of utilization of role-playing and acting through are an important element of many video contributions to the hashtag POV challenges. The POV challenge, the POV in the POV challenge refers to the mode of self-documentation in which TikTokers convey an unusual first-person perspective, which allows them to emphatically engage with a multitude of human experiences. The challenge aspect is a performative role-play ritual, which is composed of three elements: text, sound, and movement. The challenge aspect comes into play when TikTokers actively choose to participate in a specific trending POV on the For You page with their own version of sampling music, filters, quick cuts, and so on. The POV challenges are interconnected by a hashtag. This hashtag is mnemonically connecting their POVs and motivating TikTokers to feed the For You page algorithm with the most creative and engaging creations in return for exposure. Intersecting visual techniques of witnessing and playful ritualistic practice, the POV challenge stimulates the creative engagement with social topics and historical events. Or as one of the TikTokers we interviewed explained, all TikTokers strive for the For You, and the way to get there is by being provocative, attentive, aware of trends, and insisting on personal interpretations. In the specific context of Holocaust memory, the format of the POV challenge conflicted with certain established norms of commemorating the Holocaust. Last summer, an attempt of TikTokers to deal with fictionalized memories from the Holocaust in a challenge that contained POV shots of Holocaust victims in heaven caused a public outcry. Memorials distanced themselves from these videos, while social media users and influencers publicly attacked the creators as, quote, disgusting human beings, and, quote, ill-informed and woefully ignorant, and most public voices then demanded to take down the videos and apologize to the viewers. This ignored the apparent, though maybe failed, attempt of the creators to actually engage with the memory of the Holocaust in their natural social environment. Silencing those creators, however, might have a contrary effect. Instead of fostering different approaches to address Holocaust memory on TikTok, those who were intimidated and offended by the public will most likely never engage with this topic again. Correspondingly, for instance, the TikToker Kelly Y declared, quote, I'm sorry it took me so long to take down the video, and I ask that you forgive me as I made a huge mistake and learned from it. However, on a closer look, these and other Holocaust-related POVs reveal astonishingly complex approaches to Holocaust memory.
So, Now, let's see some of our observation here. So we have three Holocaust, POV Holocaust memes. TikTokers performed three different yet connected imaginative reenactments in which they mediated prosthetic memories in a series of short fragments of Holocaust-related memes. So we had testimony from heaven, TikTokers posing as dead Holocaust victims, testifying from heaven after being murdered by the Nazis. Punishment in past and present. TikTokers act as prisoners in the present, who are punished and transferred to concentration camps in the past. And escape to the future, where TikTokers merge the 30s and the 40s with the 2020 in a complex temporal interplay in which Holocaust victims get the chance for a momentary escape from the horrifying present, which is the 30s, and to an imagined future, which is 2020. In our theoretical attempts to conceptualize the hashtag POV challenge as an act of memory, we used a multimodal approach that was most suited for the unpacking embodied communicative forms. A special focus is given on TikTokers' use of the platform's feature, which enables a more interactive experience with the past. So now let's see some examples from each of the Holocaust memes, and then we'll mediate some observations. So a taste of our observation that we've collected from analyzing 53 of those videos. So you can see here time travel performance with an in-app transitional feature. Well, TikTokers are utilizing a highly popular feature, allowing their transition to the past. By that, TikTokers are interplaying with concept of time, space, and distance, while bouncing through past and present as collided dimension and crossing an interlinked reality and heaven. This transitional feature exposes some of the temporal, nonlinear, and unstable nature of memory trajectories on TikTok. And as you notice, the music functions here as a transitionary tool, while in accordance with Bruno Mars's hit, TikTokers transferred their mediated self into heaven, which is the future, as the unfortunate ones could not stay because they were locked out of heaven and were sent back to the Holocaust, which is the present. So this relation between past and present gets a more profound meaning, as one of the TikTokers claimed that we tend to forget about the past, although it keeps on looping with the present, just as TikTok videos does, while saying that history doesn't belong to history because everything is happening again. History is in the present. Another observation relates to authenticity. as TikTokers depict the traumatizing nature of the events using Holocaust-related symbols throughout their videos. So to convey fragmented narrative of incomplete stories by allowing us a momentary peek to an unstructured memory, they're conveying a sporadic reflection with no clear beginning, a middle, or an end. Those memories seems to be stuck in an endless loop, while TikTok's video never stop unless the user actively chooses to put an end to what actually is a never-ending memory. So you can see here the TikTokers utilizing the POV for remediations of memory fragments in an attempt to convey the authenticity of a real situation, demonstrating a prominent theme of victimization, in which they reenact persecuted, abused, and terrified Jews in different situations. So TikTokers are utilizing the platform textual feature to communicate dates and locations, allowing a connection to actual historical events, such as August 4, 1944, as one of the TikTokers symbolically relived the moments of the arrest of the iconic Anne Frank family in their secret annex, or May 8, 1945, symbolizing the unconditional surrender of Nazi Germany. And all of those memories are being performed with Holocaust-related costumes and makeup as an attempt to validate their reenactments. You can see ragged clothes, striped concentration camp uniforms and yellow stars, or face makeup that mimics cuts, bruises, and skinniness. And those elements were applied with TikTokers' emotive language, highly demonstrated by their facial expressions as they convey profound frustration, and their use of the body as a performative tool while running, hiding, resisting, and other movements that embody a moment of memory. At last, their lack of human voice, wrapped within the contrasting musical experience, communicates high volumes of the victim's feeling of helplessness. So what can be seen as an empathic way to remediate prosthetic memories can find support by one of our interviewees saying that she recalled the Holocaust picture, which got into her mind, showing an anonymous woman figure with a skinny face, deep shock expression, wishes to disappear to stop the pain. And at last, we can witness the integration of iconic imagery while using the green screen function. This feature establishes a fascinating multi-layered experience of referential spaces to past atrocities. TikTokers are using the green screen function for background manipulation, implementing symbolic Holocaust images and immersing themselves into historical environments, such as Auschwitz-Birkenau or a ghetto. Their immersive use of those spaces utilized by the green screen enables the remediation of TikTokers' pre-existing cultural knowledge of Holocaust images, as those images are now migrating into new interpretive contexts.
To conclude, as one of the TikTok creators we interviewed said, TikTok provides a space that has the potential to raise an awareness to crucial topics. This also includes the memory of the Holocaust. Similar to other platforms such as Instagram, this space is characterized by creative forms of engagement. TikTok creators therefore adopted aesthetics of self-witnessing as well as the point of view perspective that emphasizes the embeddedness of the witness in the events. What was still separated as two different, though related aesthetic practices, for example, in a project like Ever Stories, is now merged in the TikTok challenges. The selfie aesthetic functions here as a point of view shot, which establishes the point of view for the users by positioning them, the performing creators as the confrontational selfie shot of a different self. The alliance with time travel narratives and other modes of temporal dissonance does further emphasize this encounter of the platform's visitor with a different self in a different time that engages the viewers in a virtual dialogue. The controversies actually were a significant part of this dialogue and of this practice of doing memory. As one of the interviewers said, a POV which with conflicted reactions means that you did something good, that you touched people. In doing so, TikTok turns into a learning tool that should be taken seriously, also by established institutions in the field of Holocaust commemoration and education. Next to the most important social and political conflicts of this decade, also the Holocaust became a subject of negotiation within the Generation Z's process of politicization. School sucks in so many ways, a TikToker told us, especially in providing us with curiosity for knowledge. The POVs on TikTok offer a unique and highly dialogical approach to social reality as well as to history and memory. The TikTok Holocaust controversy proved that, as another interviewee said, Holocaust institutions and TikTokers don't speak the same language. This should motivate different approaches to the performance of memory on social media in general and on TikTok in particular. Concluding with a thought-provoking statement of this interviewee, this could then help to, quote, find ways to communicate with my generation. We should not be scared from commemorating the Holocaust on TikTok. This platform has proven itself to be an educational tool for my generation. Thank you.